Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhidiritam Kalma Shapaham Shabanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Jana. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees, where Sri Ramakrishna was instructing M, the recorder of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, to narrate the doctrine of incarnation of God to Dr. Mahendra Lal Sarkar. उनको अवतार का बात सुनाओ. Now, it's a very interesting episode that God comes on earth occasionally taking a human form in disguise. He doesn't declare he is God himself, because he comes to give us a lesson. We are all human beings and we all aspire to realize God. Now, how to realize God is being occasionally demonstrated by God himself, taking a human form. Now, if he discloses his identity, then the lesson will not be effective. People will say that he is God. He doesn't have our human failings. So if he takes on the human failings, takes as an appearance as he is as normal as a common human being. He never discloses that he is God, then his purpose is defeated. We have to understand. If he comes and says that I am God, then we have nothing to learn from him. He demonstrates that he is a common, ordinary human being. He takes on the challenges of life and shows us how to steer clear, how despite the challenges a human being can realize God. That is his purpose of demonstration. So the life of incarnations of God is extremely relevant for us. It is not a bogus story. It has some purpose, which has been said in the Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma chame divyam jumang beti tattvataha tyakta deha punarjanma noiti mameti sorjuna. God is giving this demonstration, and if we study this life intently, then we are not born anymore. We are liberated. So this discussion is very, very important and prudent for us, and by this we can achieve the goal of life very easily. Unfortunately, when you try to reason out with your intellectual capacity, you never be able to analyze, rationalize how the infinite God can take a finite form. The contradiction of term. Infinity cannot become finite. So this question is put before this Kirishchandra Ghosh by Narendranath. Narendranath rationalized and said that how infinite God can take a finite form. They are contradiction of each other. Now, Girish Chandra says, নরেন আমি তাকে দেখেছি, nor I have seen. Now they prove the various kinds. One is by inference, another is by direct perception, another is by reasoning. So what we want to rationalize can be negative by your direct perception. Girish Chandra Ghosh says, whatever be the reasoning, I have seen God in my own eyes. How can we deny my experience? When I am seeing sun, it does not need any analysis or discussion. All the proof I want. I am seeing the sun and sun exists. I need not ask anybody or rationalize whether sun is not or there or not, is possible or impossible. Similarly, when you see God face to face, then you have to be convinced. So before that, we must have a preliminary belief, a faith that God exists. That's what Sri Ramakrishna wants all of us, that we must be mentally oriented, educated to the belief that God appears as human beings. So in this series, we have mentioned that there are 10 avatars as per the Hindu scriptures, Dasha Avatara. So we have already discussed the 8 avatars before, and 9th avatar, Buddha avatar, we have already discussed in part. So it is very interesting in the Hindu scriptures that these avatars, the incarnations of God, are mentioned in the Hindu scriptures. Whereas the 9th avatar, Buddha avatar, he was not a Hindu. He was a born Hindu, but he started another religion, Buddha Dharma. So he got migrated, separated from Hindu religion. Nevertheless, the Hindus still hold him as a Hindu avatar. That is the greatness of our country. Our country, the people are so that large-minded. They believe in the doctrine, not on the philosophy of it. Now, Buddha was a Hindu avatar. Now, in our Hindu scriptures, his life has been elaborated, which we discussed in our last Sunday class. The Buddha avatar as per the Puranas, Hindu scriptures, where it is said that he was born near Bodh Gaya. Whereas there is an historic, because Buddha was not born in a prehistoric area. He was born around 500 before Christ, 500 years before Christ. So there is a historical event of his birth. It is not hazy. Like the birth of Krishna, Rama, they are beyond historical records. It's going down by hearsay. We don't have any physical records. Whereas Buddha is concerned, now he is having the medical records and also the historical records that it was existing, it is there. As per the description, it is said that he was born of Raja Shuddhodan and Mayadevi in near Nepal. Kapila Vastu, the name of the place is Kapila Vastu, a small kingdom which is now in Nepal. So there he was born, and he was the son of Raja Shuddhodan, the prince. Naturally, Raja Shuddhodan was very, very happy to have seen the face of his son who will continue his dynasty. So on this holy occasion, he invited the foretellers to tell about this Jataka. Several priests were invited, so they made calculations, and all of them said that he will be Raja Chakravarti, the founder of a new religion. This newborn is not an ordinary person. He will have a mastery in many subjects, and he will be recording the advent of the avatar. His enormous spiritual the treasure he has. First thing they said, so Raja Shuddhodan was very happy that his son is going to be Raja Chakravarti. But then they gave some warning that if by chance this person sees a dead body or an old man or a sick person, then he may leave the world and become a monk forever. The danger. So as soon as Ajashuddha heard this, he went down and then he made big tunnels underground and also made a beautiful garden where he thought of making this prince stay without any knowledge of the external world. And he made a circular that he should not be allowed going outside this beautiful garden, where it's full of luxury. So that's how his son was born, and he was kept in a luxurious atmosphere. And he made him marry at a very young, tender age with his Gopa. And both were staying in a very cozy atmosphere, enjoyable, cozy place. But how long can you keep an iron encaged? His heart was burning to see the world around. So he requested his father that he should see 12 he saw that one person was coming to great strength, laughing at each other, never saw before, and what they planned. What was amazing. So when he saw a person walking in the head of the street, he asked his chariot, who is this person? He said, he is a sick person, so that's why he is not able to move, he is in a very careless condition. Then he asked that, does everybody fall sick? He said, yes. Shariram Vyadi Mandiram. There is no guarantee when he will not become sick. And the old age is also pertaining to everyone. So we go to the third spot. There he saw that though the arrangement is good, but then it still needs correction. So anyway, his tenure is over. So then he said, all right, let us proceed. And then he suddenly saw a sannyasin running with great joy. He said, who is this person? He says, he is a sannyasi, he has left the world. And is very happy. Then he said, let us go back. Now seeing this, then he was pondering why these people were so unfortunate to become of old age, become of diseased and finally he saw a person dying, that body is being carried. He said he will not become alive anymore. So this haunted his mind. He said that if old age, disease and death are inevitable for us, let us find out the reason for this mishap, and then he suggested a solution so that his life becomes easier. With this intention in view, he came back, he had a serious study of life. Now when he came back, returned to the kingdom, someone told him that he has now become a father of one child. His name was kept Rahul. So seeing all that, he became all the more restless, and same night he wanted to leave the world. Why? Because he wanted to such a large heart. He wanted to find a solution so that the miseries are overcome. Please try to understand how great that person was. He did not believe in the Vedas. He did not stress on reading high scriptures. His whole philosophy can be summarized in just 2 words: do good and be good. You don't have to believe in any scriptures or gods and goddesses, in charity. All you have to do is do good to others and be good to others. That is the most important thing, he said. And now he went on, he said, this is my life's this challenge, that I will find out the reason for this misery. See, his philosophy is rested on 4 corners. Char Arya Satya Buddhism ka. 4 corners. First, he discovered that there is misery in this world. Most of us are seeing the misery all around, but we are not acknowledging. We feel that the miseries are not for us, it's for others. Fool that we are. He said that we have 4 आर्य सत्य है. प्रथम, जगत में दुख है. First 4 cornerstones of Buddhism. First is, number 1, there is misery in this world. Now, then next, the discovery is that there is a reason for this misery. You must remember, there is reasoning, jagat mein dukh hai, misery in this world. It's a common. Everybody knows the world is full of this misery. There is a reason for the misery, that is desire. If you can give up desire, then there is no misery in this world. The third is that when we give up this world and we give up the misery, then the method by which we achieve this success is called Panchashil. That is the message of Bhagavan Buddha. So far as life is concerned, at the age of, she was married to a very young age, so that he cannot become acquainted with the realities of life. His hearth and home with his purpose. His purpose was to find out the root of our desires, to find out the reason for our desire and how to meet out the reasoning, how to remove the desires in life. That was the research. So that is called the essence of Buddhism. So he went for this search at the age of 29, leaving his kingdom, leaving his young wife and newborn child. So he renounced the world for a great research in life, that how to find out a solution for the miseries in this world. And he went by his way to Bodh Gaya. And then there was a willow tree, and he sat down under the tree, and with a resolve that I will not move out of this tree till I find the solution of my problem. That is called the Bodh Gaya. That place is still there. Now, it's called Udu Bilbo, the Bodh Gaya, still there. There he went at the age of 29, and 6 years he had intense tapasya. And when he was 35, he received his illumination. He received his bodhi, wisdom, and he found out the solution. The solution was our desire, tanha, trishna. In Pali it is called tanha. The desire is the root of all our reasons. So that was the third object. The jagat में दुख है, पहले ही जान लिया. दूसरा है दुख का कारण है, तो ये भी जान लिया, तन्हा. Third, he wanted to know, जब कारण है इसका समाधान भी है. Every problem has a solution. Problem is created when the solution is made beforehand. So he wanted to search out the solution, and that is his Panchashil, that is his contribution. The चार आर्य सत्य है, the four corners of Buddhism, Buddhist philosophy. The first is that there is misery in this world, let us accept it. Secondly, that this misery has a reason, and that is tanha, trishna. Third is that this misery can be removed. And fourth is that is the way by which we can remove the misery. Dukkha ka nidan bhi hai. And that is called Panchashil, five-fold method by which we can remove the misery, which are like five yama in Hindu philosophy. Ahimsa, Satyastya, Brahmacharya, Parigraha, Yamaha. So he said that if you follow these five principles, what are they? First is have non-injury, hatya nahi karna. first thing. दूसरा, नॉन स्टीलिंग, चोरी नहीं करना, is Panchashil, by which the miseries can be removed. First is that do not injure anybody, much less kill. Do not injure anybody, non-injury, ahimsa, paramo dharma. Second is asteya, chori nahi karna. Third is that asatya nahi bolna. Don't speak the untruth. Ahimsa satya asteya. Ahimsa satya asteya. Then is brahmacharya, vyabhichar nahi karna. Remain pure, principle of life. And fifth is that inka jo tha, don't be intoxicated, don't drink wine. But that is elaborated as aparigraha, don't accept this gift from others. So these are the Panchashil. And then this has been elaborated in Buddha ki 10 ajnaएं, 10 orders, 10 commandments. That is, don't kill, don't steal, be pure to your thoughts, vyabhichar nahi karna. Fourth is, don't tell lies, stick to the truth. Fifth is, don't criticize anybody, ninda nahi karna. Sixth, don't use harsh words, karkash na bolo. Third is, don't waste your time over vain words, vyarth nahi bolna. This is very important discipline. Don't waste your time in the unnecessary words. Sixth is, do not aspire to the wealth of others. दूसरों की संपत्ति को लोभ नहीं करना. Ninth is, घृणा नहीं दिखाया. Don't condemn anybody, don't despise anyone. Everyone is a child of the divine. And number 10, that have a control of your thoughts so that it becomes conducive to your life. His whole philosophy is centered on a simple word: do good and be good. Please remember, the Buddha appeared in a scene in the strife of India where animal sacrifice in the name of this religion, all debauchery works were being done without any rhyme or reason. He came as a blessings of the divine, this cutting across all these unnecessary rituals and putting in the central place the simple act of restoring life to the right thing by simple 2 words: do good and be good. That's all the religion. You don't have to believe in any gods or goddesses. Interestingly, all the Indian philosophies are rest on Astik Darshan. They believe in the Vedas. But Buddha's theory is Nastik Darshan. He does not believe in Vedas. He said you do not believe in any scriptures. You believe in yourself. That's enough. He made the religion so simple and direct and available to all branches of the human beings. Previously, this religion was restricted to a certain caste of people. Brahman, Kshatriya, they are restricted to them. Buddhadev cut asunder all caste. He even cut asunder the language, Sanskrit. He made Pali, local language, for the communication of the religion. He broke all castes. There is no caste possible. Only you do good and be good. That's all about religion. So his religion came as a blessing. So at the age of 35, he received illumination, and the remaining 45 years, up to the age old of 80, went on propagating his wonderful message, and he became a stalwart even today. His golden balls are depicted in various episodes. First he said that remain calm, don't become excited. There is a story that when he was sitting, one person came. He came with all gifts because he heard about Buddha. All gifts and presentations he came and placed at his feet and made a lot of praises. Buddha was keeping quiet, did not utter a word. After some time, the person becomes very embarrassed because Buddha did not acknowledge or receive any gift. He was sitting quiet. Then the person thought he has come in a wrong address. This person must be a dumb. And then he said, I have come to a wrong person. He doesn't appreciate my gifts. He's like a mad person. He took away all the gifts and went away. Buddha stood quiet, and one person was watching him. He also kept quiet. After some time, another person came, and seeing at Buddha, he went on scolding him, gali galaj, उनको बहुत अपमान किया, चिल्लाते रहे थे, these were a man of debauchery, he was giving wrong message, बहुत चिल्ला ढंग से उसको बहुत गाली गलौज किया. Buddha was keeping quiet. This person who was sitting beside, he became excited. So he said that this person is very innocent, he is a noble person, and he is being despised like this. This is very wrong, but Buddha indicated him to keep quiet. Don't get excited. So after a while, this person went away. Then this person said to Buddha, how is it possible that this person, without any rhyme or reason, all erroneously he is condemning you, it should be stopped. The Buddha said, did you watch the person who came before? He said, yes. He brought all the gifts. And what happened? You did not receive, he took it away. Then he said, I did not receive his condemnation either. So it went away with him. I am not affected. The great lesson Buddha said that do not be excited with the praise or blame of anyone. Be good and do good, that's enough. We are not here to receive anything. We have got the greatest treasure within us. Our job is to share it with others with joy. We are not beggars here. We are givers. And you have to realize your greatness by diving deep within. Once you realize your worth, go on sharing and the life is full of enjoyment. Great lesson Buddha gave. So likewise, various anecdotes are there. Then another anecdote in his life is that one lady, Ika Gautami, now that lady lost his only son. So he became very much upset. Someone told that you go to Buddha and he will make your son alive. So Kisa Gautami, his name was there, he went to Buddha, took his dead son and he said that, can you make it alive? He said, yes, I can do it. What do you do? So you go to the city and get me a handful of mustard seed. Mustard seed, yes, you go and take. I'll make your son alive. So, but remember, you go to a house where there was no dead person in before. Get the mustard seed from that house where there was no death in the past. So he went to each and every door. He said, can you give me a handful of mustard seed? They said, yes, you take, but provided there is no dead body in your household. He said, how is it that possible? Every household there is a death case. No one never previously. There is no house where there is no death. She came back. He said, what happened? He said, I got the lesson. Death is an inevitable aspect of life. So if a person dies, we need not worry about bringing him back. But we should lead a life so that we can transcend the sorrow of death. Such was his wonderful message, and he was a stalwart of Hinduism, being the pillar of another religion. That is the greatness of Hinduism, that we hold one of our avatars who did not believe in Hinduism. He believed in another religion, and that differs, but in essence it is same. As I said, the Buddha ka Panchashil and Yama of Patanjali matches 1 to 1. So the great message of Buddhism is still alive, and Swami Vivekananda made a great statement of Buddha, and he has a lesson also. The Buddha, having attained his illumination, he first gave his sermon in Sarnath in Banaras. That's a great place. So Buddha Dev said that this is a place where is a place of illumination. And then he gave all his lectures, and finally he took the place of departure from Lumbini, is Kushinagar. In Lumbini he was born, Kushinagar, he took the place where he departed. He said 5 places on earth are holy. First, where I was born, that is Lumbini, is Kapilavastu, now in Nepal. Second, where I got my illumination. Now, he was born on Vaishak Purnima. Same Tithi he got illumination in Bodh Gaya. That is also a place, a great place of pilgrimage for Buddhists. Thirdly is Sarnath, where he gave his first sermon to his set of young disciples. And this fourth is that where he got his final Parinirvan, that is in Kushinagar. These 4 places are blessed places as per the Buddhism, still there. And now Swami Vivekananda is a speech. He said that Buddhism, from the historic point of view, is a great religion. Such a great personality was never born in the history of the world. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. बुद्ध अहेतुक कार्य करने वाले आदर्श कर्मयोगी है और मानवता का इतिहास उन्हें ऐसे महान पुरुष के रूप में प्रदर्शित करता है कि जितना महान इस धरती पर आई है कभी ऐसे पैदा नहीं हुआ. ये अतुलनीय है. ही इज अनकम्पेरेबल. दैट हैज बीन सेड बाय स्वामी विवेकानंद. उनके समान हृदय और मस्तिष्क का समन्वय करने वाले और कोई नहीं हुआ. उसे आत्मशक्ति का जितना प्रकाशन हुआ उतना और कहीं किसी पर नहीं हुआ. What is important is a balance between head and heart. Sometimes we become overweight by our emotional aspect, sometimes we become overweight by our mental analysis. Buddha made a harmony of head and heart and showed how a perfect human being should be, which draws the attention of our aspects from one and all. Such is the noble life of Bhagavan Buddha, which is a source of inspiration for us forever. We'll pass on to the next avatara in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampādhrita vigraham vai ishāvataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namāmi. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Namastu. Any question? Or you can ask in our mobile. It's a library, you can put a question in your mobile, will reply. So let us conclude with a chanting of the Lord. Please join with me, सब एक साथ हमारा साथ गाइए भगवान का नाम. हरि ओम राम कृष्ण 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 हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम. Thank you.